I'm back, and so I've written up here at the top Newton's law of gravity. But before Newton, there was a guy by the name of Kepler, and Kepler lived back in the 1600s, whereas Newton was more in the 1700s. And so Johannes Kepler didn't know anything about gravity. And so he came up with some laws of planetary motion, and he did not know why that they worked the way they did. But he just found that mathematically that they worked. And so it wasn't until Sir Isaac Newton comes on the scene and he was actually able to prove these three laws of planetary motion using his idea of what gravity is. So we're going to explore Kepler's laws of planetary motion. And first thing you do is you're going to click on this thing right here. And then when you do, you're going to be transported to this website. And if you scroll down, you will see that there are lots and lots of different kinds of simulations on astronomy that you can look at. But you're going to go down to where it says Renaissance Astronomy. So one of these major headings is going to be entitled Renaissance Astronomy. And then go down to the sub-headings and then click on Planetary Orbit Simulator. And so when you get there, this is what it should look like. So there it is. Okay. And it says to start the animation. So we're going to go here and we're going to click on start and start animation. Okay, and then look at what that planet is doing. So you can see it's orbiting a star. Okay, and then can you tell me what is the shape of that orbit? So if you need some help, you can go to the internet, but if you looked in your textbook, you should know what the shape of that orbit is called. Okay, now there's this thing that's called the eccentricity. And you're going to move that slider. So the eccentricity one is this one right here. So you're going to take that slider and you're going to move it all the way over to 0. And then tell me what is the shape of that orbit. And then take the eccentricity slider and then move it all the way over to here. And then just observe how does the shape change as you adjust the eccentricity of the orbit. So every planet has its own eccentricity. Okay, then let's see. All right, got that? Okay, and then set the eccentricity back to 0.6. So that was part 2. And that is Kepler's first law of motion. So in other words, Kepler's first law of motion says a planet as it goes around a star makes a what kind of shape? That's all there is to it. So it's not too exciting. So part 3 though is going to be a little bit more interesting. And so we'll go over that in just a moment.